Is Sunday, July the 21st. As I said before, I have tried to take this weekend to relax a little bit. If you caught yesterday, I did a live yesterday and had live in person with me instead of trying to do it via technology. Jamie Johnson from Indiana. It is my birthday week, so this is the week I tried to get a little R&R and rejuvenate and replenish and get geared up. And they probably, the evildoers knew that my birthday was coming up, so they probably thought the indictment would be a nice little birthday present for me. I have not even seen the indictments yet. It sounds like there was an article in the Tennessean newspaper. It looks like they might have read them and claim that it's a misdemeanor and 2 felonies. I have not even read them. As soon as I get them, I will share them with you. So I have an attorney lined up, and there will be an arraignment date of August the 31st at 9 o'clock in the morning. However, defendants are not required to go to arraignments. I have a trial set for grandparents in a totally different county that morning, so I'm not even going to be there. Basically, it's a written waiver of parents for arraignment, and then another date is set, and we'll do a discovery request to the state, and then we'll make some strategic requests on what we want to do. In the meantime, we'll have the federal lawsuit filed as well, and that will tell the story. That'll really kind of outline a lot of things in the story. So everybody wants to know what's going on. They want to do support. I've gotten tons of messages. This is really outrageous that an attorney trying to figure out what's going on with an illegal ex parte order is arrested. So the constitutional issues, the violations of Tennessee law are all going to be brought out. And I just hope you just push and push and push this story around, because, I have such a hard time even getting the press to understand what ex parte order means. It is so outrageous. It's so unconstitutional, so constitutionally violative, whatever you want to say. Sorry, that's a word I probably can't put together. And hold on, I've got a couple other people I have to get tagged here, so just hang on a second. Oh, so Facebook decides who is going to show up. This is interesting because a lot of people that I communicate with frequently do not even show up when I do start tagging people. Nope. Okay. Nope. Okay. Sorry. I'm just going to keep going then. Oops. All right. So So this is going to be an opportunity. I will say that someone posted the other day, I'm sorry, somebody asked a question. I live in Florida and need guidance in federal lawsuit. All right, so we'll spend more time talking about civil rights lawsuits a little bit later when I have this lawsuit lined out and I can show the 4th Amendment violations, the 5th Amendment violations, the 9th Amendment violations, the 14th Amendment violations, the illegal acts, the judges assuming jurisdiction without following proper procedures, which I say violates jurisdiction. So all of that will start to unravel. But in the meantime, we need to keep this issue alive, because this could be very good for us. This could show a lot of layout. All the parents are always telling me they're always quashed, they're gagged, they can't talk about anything. The judge is signing ex parte orders, they're hiding evidence, they're doing things behind their back. These are the same stories we hear over and over and over. So what we are going to be able to do is lay this out and unfold it, and hopefully, there's some things I want to say I'm not going to say, but we'll see how that unfolds. All right, so today with me right here live in person, I feel like I should be like a superstar host. I have with me today the one and only from DeKalb County, Tennessee, co-defendant Wendy. Woo!
Hey, everybody.
So, if you all don't know, if you haven't seen our cajillion number of lives,
Thelma and Louise or something.
Do what? Thelma and Louise.
I don't know.
Bonnie and Clyde. We have been talking about her case from day one. I mean, we have been putting it out there, telling the story. You can go back, if you go back to the Family Forward Project announcements and scroll down, you will see, you can see the lives. They're all there. I mean, I'm sure they're going to try to like put them up in a courtroom, and I'm like, okay, well, let's show all of them in court so you can see all the things that we had to put up with during that 11-month period.
We're still smiling.
And we're still smiling because it's like, well, number one, we're smiling because the case is dismissed. The DCS case is dismissed, kids home, case closed, no services, from supervised visitation to we're sending the kids home. Yep, supervised.
One kid is here, and my other one's at Nashville Shores.
Yep.
We got a bunch of kids here.
But, well, yeah, there's a bunch of kids here. We got a kid farm. But, so we are, but, you know, the travails, oh my gosh, I have not had anything to drink. The travails
No, she hasn't.
they went through in this case are just crazy. So like I said, if you really want to get into it, you really want to back up, we did lives from August until November.
That first one really made them mad.
Yeah, the very first one, right? It's right there. I mean, it's like the facts are the facts. I'm so mad. We did lives, probably about 4 of them maybe.
Yeah, a bunch.
Yeah,
one
4.
of them was 22,000 people watched.
Yeah, from August to November, we did several lives after court appearances. I did one talking about how angry I was at how they'd used the system improperly, called it a kangaroo court and a donkey justice, and they got all mad at me about that. And then they put a gag order on us in November. And then, so we actually shut up, you know, I'm like, yeah, for a minute, because although I did other lives on other topics, I told Wendy, it's like, okay, all right, now
They tried to get us for that.
yeah, well, yeah. So we struggled through that November, December, January, February. So everybody, we were kind of laying low, and Wendy was still doing everything I asked her to do, and we're still pumping along there. Court dates, how many freaking court dates we had?
Gosh, at least twice a month.
One, two, twice in December, twice in January, or twice in January, twice in February. So
Once
like
in
from
April.
Yeah, so from November to February, we had like 7 court dates we had to go to. Of course,
I felt like we lived in court.
yeah, and of course I have recordings of all of them, including, as some of you know, I have a recording of what happened during a break when they were talking about the case during a break and, you know, making a big joke about it. And
that was an accident, by the way.
Yeah.
That was a good accident.
Yeah.
But we did not bug the courtroom.
Yeah,
Sarah.
we did. Yeah, Sarah.
And we did not leave that on intentionally.
Well, and here's the joke about it is, I mean, Sarah had said, writing in open court, we know Miss Reguli records everything.
They know.
We know she records everything. I've had judges say, we know Miss Reguli records everything.
I
always have her.
In my pocket.
Yeah,
right
and I told Wendy, record every conversation.
You have to.
You have to. You have to record. All right, so thanks, Jamie. Yep, we need to get it together. So
she's here.
Yeah, so she's still here with me, but so we did about, and so we shut up until February, and so after February they entered an order. The allegations in the petition, you know, the horrible allegations they made, they did not make findings on, and there's all kinds of crazy things that happened in there about the DCS, about another person who had had their kids taken by DCS, and we called her as a witness, and then they started interrogating her about her
cry.
Yeah, about her DCS case, her own. I mean, it was. I objected.
It's a joke, you know.
Yeah, and I objected like 3 times. It's crazy, and I've got that on SoundCloud. And if you haven't heard it, I've got some audios posted on SoundCloud. Try to go to my channel there and start flipping through some stuff.
They're
because
on there too.
yeah, because there's a lot of real live stuff on there that happens. You've got oral arguments that I've done in the courtrooms. You've got presentations I've done in different forums, and then there's some courtroom stuff on there. And so I do want to bring up in the Channel 5 news article, there's a paragraph in the news article about a judge making a comment.
And I know exactly who it was.
Yeah. But this judge, and I'm going to post what the judge said, because this judge made a comment when I filed a motion for her to recuse herself because she had violated the Judicial Ethics Code, which was brought to my attention by my dear client, right? She brought it to my attention, and she said, I don't like that. And I'm like, I don't blame you. I don't like it. Let me...
like a buddy system.
Yeah.
Thing.
And so I said, well, I think that's an ethics violation. Let me look it up. And so sure enough, we caught the judge red-handed
if
by...
the enemy's sitting down eating with the enemy.
Yeah,
the judge. And that's not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah. So we got the evidence together. I put together a motion to recuse. We put it before the court, and she came out on the bench and recused herself, and then laid into me and basically telling Wendy that I was not helping her case any. And
that wasn't some misconduct.
Oh my gosh. Now, by this time, keep in mind, we have worked together
since 2014.
Yeah.
In Michael Collins' court, by the way.
Yeah. For like 5 years.
Got that on recorder, too.
Yeah.
So you know. I got
yeah,
that
so like
too.
5 years. So it's not like she met me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I was, a stranger court-appointed attorney. We've had a long-term working relationship, and everything that I've done in her case, I've talked to her about. She knows everything that's going on. There's there's like no big secrets here. I mean, I ask her, do you want to do that? Do you want to do this? How do you feel about that? Here's what I think we need to do. Here's what I want you to do.
I mean, do what she wants.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I mean, she takes my advice on stuff, but
have to.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, before I would do anything like file a motion for recusal, I'd always talk to the client about it because it is complicated and complex. So that judge from the bench told Wendy basically what a bad attorney she had.
Yeah.
And then she gets off the bench, goes out the back door, comes back into the courtroom without her robe on, walks behind me. Fortunately, I still have my recorder on.
Thank goodness.
Still, while
Did you get Sarah calling and eat you a bitch?
Well, you can barely hear it, which is what I was going to say.
In front of my kids.
On the other side of the courtroom is the DCS worker talking to these two children saying, well, we were going to send you home today.
My daughter cried.
We don't have a judge now because of what your mother did, causing the children to cry. So,
yeah.
And I said,
this was in February. They didn't come home till June.
Well, that court appearance was April. That was
in April. Still, they didn't come home till June.
Right. And
dangling the kids in
right,
front of me.
Right. And dangling freedom in front of the kids.
Yeah.
And so they told
That's emotional abuse.
Yes. They told these poor kids, well, we were going to send you home today. Now, that's
abuse.
They didn't say that to me. As a matter of fact, the DCS attorney made some comment or told the kids or something about, well, we had an offer we were going to do today.
Still haven't seen that one.
Right. And I'm like, and I told Wendy, I said, Wendy, if they had an offer today, they had an offer yesterday, and any decent attorney would call me up on the telephone or send me a letter or send me an email and say, yeah, can we have a chat before court tomorrow? I have
They don't need a judge for anything.
They do not need a judge to send the children home. They do not need a judge. And so... if we would have had an agreed order by the time we walked into court. And if that judge wouldn't have signed it, we would have figured out a way to do it. So so that day, I mean, that was a really pretty frightening
from home
day.
To home to home.
Yeah. And what they also didn't tell us on that day, because by then,
2 weeks later.
Exactly. By then, though, they knew they were going to have to.
Yeah.
They knew.
Put my kids in not a stable environment whatsoever. Right. Because they didn't know when they were going to be moved again.
Right. And
that's abuse, too.
Right.
That's abuse, too.
And DCS already knew they were going to have to disrupt the children again and still had not told us
Another school. 2 weeks before.
Like told us like that day. Well, we're going to have to disrupt
them. They would move them and then tell us.
Exactly. They move the kids and then tell you.
Then tell us.
So, yeah.
We're hot.
So, yeah, it's a little warm. We're going to
go swimming.
We're going to go swimming, jump in the water in the creek and stuff. But,
and eat.
But
Miss Urilla. She's at National Shores.
Yeah. So we, anyway, I filed 4 complaints with the agency. I finally got a letter from them saying, well, the kids are home now, so I guess it's resolved. Nobody was held accountable.
No, it's not resolved.
Nobody. So, but the kids are home. And
obviously, because we went to jail.
Yeah. But, and, I've got to say, Although we fought,
Thank you, Jane.
we fought, we never let up. We never let up. I'm going to tell you that I always know in these juvenile court proceedings, and I know, I mean, Wendy shared with me too, all the emotional just frustration and depression and anxiety.
I actually thought some of these foster families, well, one of them did care, but the majority did not, and they thought these people actually cared about them.
The kids, yeah.
And they were fighting me too. They didn't want my kids to come home, and told them, some of the foster homes told them, you're not going home. You're never going to see your mom again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's emotional abuse. And then there was physical abuse.
And then we found an interesting little note in the court file in which we found out Briella had told her guardian ad litem in October. In October, she had told the guardian ad litem, you work for me and I want to go home.
She sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Little firecracker.
And you know what? About that same time, I said in court, we need to have an attorney ad litem for these kids because the guardian ad litem is interfering with their returning home.
She didn't want them to come home either.
She did not want them to come home.
And she didn't check on them when they were around needles and drinking and pot smoking and keys.
Yeah,
you're on my list.
Yeah, I really want to ultimately
Alexis, Gwendolyn, this Miss Sneed, Miss Easter. We're coming for you.
Yeah, we are. The way they treated these children and the damage that they did and the HPV vaccines that they gave these children secretly without mother's permission on a freaking ex parte order.
I guess they're part of the experiment with those or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no telling. How many kids did they give the HPV shot to, and the parents don't even know it? It's crazy.
Yeah.
She was 12.
Yeah, 12. A 12-year-old. Give a 12-year-old an HPV vaccine. I mean, and that is irreversible. You can never undo that.
Whatever it does to her little body, it causes cancer. I've read all kinds of bad stuff.
Very controversial.
But I would never have let them. But they have to have my permission to cut their hair.
Yes. But they did send a text message and said, can we cut your son's hair? Right? About the same time.
Yeah.
It was like at the same week that they went and got
got vaccinated 10 days in.
Right.
Because when I went to see Briella on the 10th day in Jackson, both arms were hurting her.
Yeah.
But I didn't know until after Christmas what they put into her body.
Exactly. And they withheld records from us for months and months. We still don't have all the records.
There's more, yeah.
We don't have any records from November 1st forward. That was the last record we got. And I asked for them over and over and over. No records were given to us. They did psych evals on the children. They did a psych eval on Wendy. They won't give them to me. They refuse to give them to me.
Because I'm passed.
Yeah, the Foster Care Review Board did not give us their documentation.
What is their purpose anyway?
Yeah. Well, we found out when we finally got a hold of some of those records, we found out they were talking about our social media during the meetings.
They would meet with Briella before we came in, and then they would have meetings afterwards with my kids without me present. I don't know what they were talking about. They did tell Briella, do you want to stay with the last 2 weeks? Do you want to stay with your brother, or do you want us to send him off? And she chose to keep her brother with her. Mm-hmm. Send him off for what? Because he got in an argument with a kid. Well, one of the 13 kids in the house that he had to share a room with a 6-year-old and 11-year-old that wiped poop on the walls and stuff.
Yeah, right.
On medication.
Yeah, the circumstances are horrendous, are horrid. I also want to say, somebody posted in the Family Forward Project the recovery of 3 children out of Murray County in Tennessee that said that they were with the non-custodial parents.
Can I roll my eyes up?
Yeah, exactly.
On camera.
Exactly. And
they got custodial interference too.
Yeah, they got charged with custodial interference too. We need to find those people if we can. I tried to
They're locked up, I think.
Yeah, but on Facebook or social media or something. I mean, I tried to, and I couldn't locate them on Facebook. So
I didn't get an Amber Alert, but
yeah, no. But they, all this, we just have to talk about all of it and bring it all out and bring it all up. So
yeah.
Anyway,
there's a lot more.
There's so much more.
It'll all come out. It'll all come out.
Yeah.
And my kids are going to talk.
And I know sometimes right now when we talk about it, we just go kind of jump all over the place. Because this has been It's been like going through a glass house, like a maze. It's like going through a maze, a glass house maze, and you think, okay, I can go this way. Bam! You like hit the glass wall, and then you like turn and go around the corner, and then you're like, bam! And you hit another glass wall. I mean, that's what it's like. I was living on
pins and needles.
Oh my gosh.
It was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, and there are times when Wendy thought, like, I may just never see him again. You know, this could be, she knows. She's
10 months is,
I mean, she's been part of Family Forward Project since the very beginning. You know, DCS has harassed her over and over and over.
Harassment for real.
Yeah, total harassment. So, there were times, and there's times even for me that I know how these court hearings go even sometimes. And, you know, just like, mirror wall. That's right, Ted. So, these court hearings, and people get their rights terminated, and it's like crazy for crazy reasons.
Don't even know.
Yeah. So it's just bad. It's so bad, and we have to keep pushing forward.
Basically, you lose custody of your kids, and you don't even know it.
Yeah, I think Jennifer Wynn mentioned someone. I'm not sure. Oh, Jennifer. Yeah, okay. So for some reason, Facebook does not let me tag Jennifer. So
her bracelet? That's a Family Forward bracelet.
Yeah, this is my bracelet.
You can have one.
Right. It's inside out.
Hold on.
It's inside out. She'll turn it around.
She hasn't given me one yet.
Oh, I haven't?
No.
I may have some in the car. It's upside down and backwards.
Family Forward Project.
Our kids are not for sale. FFP. Yeah, so I have some more bracelets, so I'll get some bracelets out. Oh, Dad investigated 15 times. Yep, exactly. Aren't bracelets? No. Well, I'm not sure I still have them online for sale, but we'll get that taken care of. Y'all need to speak up. Y'all need to be present. We need to do a Tennessee rally. We're working on it. Alabama. Oh, I'm going to put this in. I'm going to start talking about it. Alabama, October the 5th. Okay. I've got somebody wanting to set something up in Texas. So we need to start educating people. Okay. All right.
I am going to court on the 31st, y'all.
Yeah.
I have to.
Wendy's going to go get a court-appointed attorney, which is, I know we all like dog court-appointed attorneys all the time. However, this is a little bit different because it's criminal defense. And in criminal defense, you have, of course, a right to effective assistance of counsel, which parents do not have a right for. So you're actually going to have more rights in criminal court than you ever had in juvenile court.
I didn't have any rights in juvenile
court. Yeah.
Well, they acted like I didn't have any.
It's public. You cannot be gagged. You cannot be, of course, your attorney, and I told you before we started this video, I will not want you talking to me about what happened related to the underlying events. But I will say that kids are home. Yay. DCS dismissed the case, and then it's like, oh yeah, we're going to go arrest them. Dismissed and closed, and we're going to go arrest them because we want to make our point. And they want to make, and Dee Dee, and they want to make a show. They want this to be a show because they want more power. Yeah, and it's because they want to turn it into more power. And we cannot let them have any more freaking power.
They can't wait till justice is served.
We need to talk when I get back from Vodka and send you a message. Okay. Who said that? Restoring Families. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Yep. Any shows, any internet shows, I'd be happy to do. I've done several already. I've also done a Chattanooga radio show. I've talked to the Tennessean. I talked to Fox 17 Tennessee. I talked to News Channel 5. If you watch any or follow any Patriot shows on YouTube, please send that information to them so we can get it circulated through the Patriot networks, because there's so many rights violations here. Okay, we are going to check out. I see children starting vehicles out there, which is not a good thing.
Well, Anton.
I know, but you know what? Okay, yeah.
They're ready to go swimming.
Yeah, we got a bunch of kids. I hope you were able to see my post of the picture of my gaggle of kids that I'm dealing with today.
Some teenagers.
And some teenagers. So, all right, we're going to chat later again. Sorry that we just chatter, but I wanted us to get together and know that, we're doing fine. Thank you so much. Love y'all.
I love you.